start. Here's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna tell you about an artist named Jacob Lawrence and read you a book about him. Then we will do our exercises. We're stretching it ready to draw. Then we'll do a drawing warm up and we'll do a final drawing. And then we will clean up. We're getting a little messy. Okay, we're gonna read this book, Jake Makes a World. I think it's backwards because of my camera. But it's about the artist Jacob Lawrence and how he was inspired by his neighborhood, Harlem, in New York City. And there was just so much like vibrancy and life going around him, and color, all the colors of his neighborhood, how they inspired him, and how he started making his art there in Harlem when he was only a kid. So let's read his story. Jake Makes a World. Jacob Lawrence, a young artist in Harlem. In the morning, Jake watches the sun wake up. He makes a big stretch, and the sun stretches too. With first light, the dancing dark shadows begin to fade. Then the colors come again, yellow, orange, and blue on the quilt that covers Jake and his brother in bed. Mother's paper flowers in pink and red. His feet sink deep into the thick blue rug. When his toes touch the ground, it's like a sky upside down. When Jake moved to this new city, this New York, to this neighborhood called Harlem, to live with Mother again, these familiar things from his old home in Philadelphia greeted him like long-lost friends. Outside Jake's building, men played chess and checkers, balancing the boards on their knees. Older boys sell fruit from a wagon or ice from a bucket, shouting for people to come down and get it. Mothers walk fast to work and more work. Signs promise home-cooked meals for 15 cents and a shoe shine to make you brand new. A preacher in a hat shouts and sings about God. A newsboy tells the stories of the day from downtown and around the world, but tells them with a tune. At the corner, a short man stands on a stepladder, telling everyone how we will get the freedom we need. Most days after school, Jake goes to a place called Utopia Children's House. The word Utopia means that it is a special place, unlike any other. For Jake, it is. At Utopia House, Jake makes things with his hands. He carves a block of soap into a fish. He sews scraps of leather into a secret pouch. With watercolors, he swirls the shadows that dance on his wall at dawn and the patterns of the rugs in his living room. Jake takes a stick of charcoal and draws a pair of eyes to see everything the people on the street see. He draws one pair of ears to hear all the shouts and songs, one mouth to carry all their voices. All the faces Jake sees on the street become one face. Jake shows this new face to his teacher, who smiles and nods and says, "You should see this, a very old mask from Africa." Jake stares at the mask for a long while, and then he makes his own mask from brown paper bags and glue and paint. When he is done, the mask smiles at him. Next, Jake takes his shoebox, and in the box he tries to fit the whole street. Inside are cardboard chessmen, tiny boys folded from construction paper, and mothers walking fast to work, wearing dresses cut from magazines. He stacks matchboxes to make buildings and paves the street with sandpaper. Jake has made a world, a small piece of this place called Harlem. It is now his home. Jake's Harlem has all the shouts and songs and noises of the Harlem outside. But here they are not sounds, they are colors, they are shadows dancing, they are rhythms, they are light. So there's Jacob Lawrence as a grown-up. And here are the some of his paintings that he made as a grown-up, which are also on this page. This one of the girls at school, this one of people walking, some people eating. The primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. We call some colors warm colors. I think you can guess which colors would be warm. I like to remember what they are by thinking of things that are hot, like fire. So red, orange, yellow, and pink are all warm colors. You could also think of the sun to remind yourself which colors we call warm. Other colors we call cool colors. I like to think of water and the wind and ice to remind myself what colors are cool. So blue, green, and purple are cool colors. I'm up drawing, and I kind of forgot that when you mix all three primary colors, you get this kind of grayish color, and I didn't want it in my picture. Wait a minute. Now, it's not really my business to judge whether my drawing's good or bad, right? That's up to the people who see it, if it means something to them or maybe it doesn't. But I'm not gonna judge whether or not it's good or bad. I'm just gonna make it. That's my job, is just to make the picture. Now, if something happened that I didn't mean to do and that I don't really like, first step is I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna see what it has to teach me. Okay, well, I see some good things that I do like. I like how I made this green over here. I really like this part. I love how I mixed this purple. I like that I made a big blue area. I see a lot of things that I think are working in this picture. And then there's this one thing that I don't want to do, is where I mix all three together. I don't really want that in this picture, but it's teaching me that what not to do if I don't want that color, and if maybe one day I do want to make that color, and now I know how to make it. I might need that color one time in my picture. So, if you ever feel like your drawing doesn't look how you want it to, don't tell yourself it's bad. Just stop, take a minute and look at it, and let it tell you what it wants to tell you, and then you have to decide, do I want to start over, or do I want to try to fix it? Do I want to keep going? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to choose to keep going. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm so glad I kept going. So you know what I remembered? I remembered that if I use the end of the pastel, I can make a really strong color. So I just made a really strong red over that piece I didn't like, and it gave me an idea. It gave me an idea to make strong colors all over the picture. And now I really like it. It makes me happy. Remember, if you ever get stuck, stop, learn from your picture, and then you can decide if you want to keep going or if you want to start over. Okay, now for our stretches, reach your arms up and back. Now your shoulders up to your ears. And let them drop back down. Again. Now hold those 2 lemons into your hands. Make claws like this. Squeeze the lemon. And let them drop. Good hand. Massage the back of your hand like that. Okay, now our eyes. Put your hands together. Put one hand. Put your palm underneath and your other palm over, and just look into the darkness and see those lights, and just stare at them until it fades to black.